everybody, here again with the Elm Wealth Management Group of Raymond James. Welcome back to another video. Do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, become a member of the community and help us spread financial literacy. And also, if you're getting anything out of these videos, go ahead and click the like button. It'll let us know we're doing a good job and encourage us to make more. So this video's topic is the backdoor Roth strategy. It's a really interesting, sophisticated little loophole in the IRS tax code. It's been challenged a number of times in Congress, but for the moment, it's still available. So let's talk about it, because it might apply to you. Now, it'll apply to you if you make a good deal of money, because this video builds on the previous video that talked about the pros and cons of a pre-tax traditional IRA versus the pros and cons of a Roth post-tax IRA, where the gains could ultimately be tax-free. Both can be great, both can apply unless they can't. And if they can't, it means you have the wonderful problem of making too much money. How much is too much? Great question. For a traditional IRA, the IRS says that you can contribute the whole amount and take the whole tax deduction that year if you make less than $73,000 single or $218,000 married filing jointly. If you make more than $83,000 single or $228,000 married filing jointly, sorry, no deduction in the cards for you. If you make somewhere in between these ranges, there's a phase out or a partial deduction. For a Roth, which if you're like me, you're saying, I've already paid taxes on all this money. Why doesn't the IRS just let me put money into here anyway? Well, I wish I had the answer. But according to the IRS, not the case. What are the limits? If you're single, $138,000 or less, you can do a whole contribution to a Roth. Have fun. If you make more than $153,000 in 2023, remember these are all 2023 numbers, then sorry, you can't put a penny directly into a Roth IRA. If you're married, same deal, $218,000, $228,000. So if you're in the situation where you make a great deal of money, either single or married jointly, and you can't take a deduction in traditional, and you can't directly contribute to a Roth, is there a way to seize the moment here with this little loophole? And in a lot of cases, yes, in 2 easy steps. What we want to do is the BDRS. Step number 1, make a non-deductible contribution to a traditional IRA. Not getting a deduction, non-deductible. So you can go all the way up to the max. And if you did that and you never did anything else, any gains from that contribution would be tax deferred, right? So if you just put money after tax into a traditional IRA and let it ride, then ultimately when you start drawing from it later on in retirement, any gains on it are taxable at ordinary income rates. But what if you do step number 2? If you're listening to a savvy financial advisor. Well, if you immediately convert it to a Roth IRA, then that's a non-taxable event. Why? Post-tax money, immediate conversion, no gains yet, non-taxable event. Now and beyond, when you make these gains in the Roth IRA, they can be tax-free if you follow all the other rules for Roth IRA accounts. That's a great thing. So if you're watching this saying, Chris, this sounds fantastic. I want to make post-tax contributions, convert it, and let the gains be tax-free. I want to do this a whole bunch. It sounds great. Well, let's talk about it. But in some situations, it might not make sense. What is one of those situations? Here, if you have a pre-existing large pre-tax IRA, and you're thinking you're going to make a $5,000 contribution and do this backdoor Roth strategy with it, then the IRS is going to tell you something completely different. Because if you make a $5,000 post-tax contribution, and you're thinking you're going to convert this little slice, no dice. The IRS looks at it and says 95% of your traditional IRA is pre-tax. Only 5% is post-tax. So whatever you convert, 5,000, 10,000, 200, doesn't matter. Whatever you convert is 95% taxable. So you have to be careful before you go ahead and say, that sounds great, I want to do the backdoor Roth strategy. Let's talk about your situation. If you have other questions you want to dive in, get on the calendar. Shoot me an email, christopher.lucier@raymondjames.com, and we'll go over your case. Hope that was educational for you. The backdoor Roth strategy. We'll see you on the next one.